How we doing? Go ahead, you guys.
Mike, you knew this game was going to be unique and weird for you, but once you got into the middle of it, what do you think?
Oh, it was difficult for what was it? I guess it was only 3 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes. It was a short game, but really tough, night just to get them in manageable situations is for us. The third downs, we knew the third and shorts were always going to be tough, but some of the third downs we didn't play as well. But Army's they're a great team. They run that thing extremely well. They got a little bit of movement inside on the dive and the belly play and got them. They just kind of kept hitting it for 3 and 4, and it gets them into a fourth down. I don't know what they went through it, 4 or 5 times on fourth down, and then hit a big fourth down, I think, on a crossing route. So they're, it's tough. I can't, I'm not going to sit here and try to explain it. They're a terrific football team. They fight extremely hard. I think that shows you why we're in pretty good hands living in the United States. They're very courageous, and they're not scared of anything, and they played that way tonight. And just frustrating we couldn't get more stops, get the ball. When they hold the ball for 45 minutes, they've been averaging 40. Those extra 5 minutes mean critical possessions for our offense, and that's probably the most frustrating point of it all, just not getting enough possessions for our offense.
They execute at a high level what they do. What they do is schematically difficult to game plan for. How good is your defense right now? How difficult was that to watch, and how frustrating was it for those guys to third down and fourth down?
It's hard. It's frustrating, but I'm proud of the guys. They got the stops when we needed them. I mean, we needed them down the stretch, and we got them again. So everybody's gonna have their own opinions. I don't know. We got to continue to progress. It's hard to tell in this game, but again, we won again, and we're moving on. And you could be a lot of other places didn't play nearly that good and lost. Is that not right? I mean, so you can look at it however you want. I'm not going there. You guys will go there. We got to play better. We will play better. I love this team. These guys are. We're courageous too. So again, I couldn't be more proud of these guys to fight through this. What you take from this, we'll learn in preparation down the road. What this game will help you in 2 years. I don't know what the schedule is. You got to look at it and learn from it. But just happy that we were able to pull it off here at the end and come up with the stops when we needed them.
Talk about the sequence there.
What's this week like for you when you go through it and that you have 2 guys in Kenneth Murray and Curtis Bolton that if they're going to have to play extremely well for you to have a chance in this game. What's it like just kind of dealing with those guys throughout the week to get them to understand what's in front of them?
It's extremely difficult. You can't simulate it, the speed, the precision they do it. Our guys are big, 330-pound guys, trying to come off low, rip through gaps. It's just not what our team's built to do. Even our demos, and you're showing them plays where to fit it, but there's nothing. You got to go get in the game. I thought our players reacted a little bit better as the game went on. Got them behind the chains a little bit more. And the third and longs, when we got stuck in a couple that we needed to get it, we needed to get off the field at that time. That was the disappointing part of it all. We started getting them in longer situations and let them off the hook a couple times.
Mike, you had a great sequence there in the fourth quarter to give your team a chance to win. You guys made 3 big plays. You got the great passers. Talk about that sequence right there.
Well, I think we got them behind the chains again. I think it was 2nd and 11. Is that not right? Then it went to 3rd and maybe 8 or 9. So we got them behind, and that's the whole key playing this team is 1st and 10 is so critical to your success. And I thought we gave up too many 4 and 5 yard, 3, 4 and 5 yard gains on first down. I thought they worked the inside of our defense. We don't have the biggest, guys, but they got some movement and got some push in there, and that's where if they get it 2nd and 6, they're going to be. It's going to be you're behind. You get it 2nd and 9, 2nd and 10, you're ahead. So and you see how the game kind of played out. There's some truth to all that.
After a game like this, is there any concern your guys are just kind of beat up? Do they need a break, anything like that?
Oh, I think so. They'll be tired. I mean, Kenneth and Buzzy had 51 tackles, or 50, 49 or 50, whatever it was. I mean, something ridiculous. But so yeah, they'll be tired. We're at home, next week, and we'll get back to doing what we do defensively, installing some new stuff. I think they'll be happy to have this win and have it behind us. I think this was weighing on everybody's mind. As much as you try to prepare for it, there's no, you can't prepare for what these guys do because they're so good at it. And give Army unbelievable amount of respect, and I do. I mean, they were, they fought their butts off today, like I knew they would. That's why we knew it was going to be difficult.
Given that the guys maybe a little bit. I mean, do you change anything about practice early next week?
No, we got 2 more. We got 2 huge games before we get a bye. I think that's what it'll come. We got to keep fighting, and our guys are playing a lot of snaps. We're losing depth. Tyrese Lott hasn't been there. We need to get our guys back. Q Overton, but we haven't had a lot of guys, so our guys are playing a lot of snaps inside, and that was the frustrating. I don't know what we played, 80, 85 tonight, so it was a lot again. So, it's eventually going to take its toll, but we got to start developing some of these younger guys and get them some snaps.
You guys talk a lot about playing team football, complementary football. When the defense is not getting off the field and the offense is sitting over there and they only ran 40 plays tonight, including overtime, how difficult does that make it on them to sit over there and they're antsy and they want to get out there? And
it's frustrating. It's hard, but I don't think it. Our guys, they went in there and moved the ball, right down the field. When we turned it over with 2 or 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes left in the game, they drove it right down. They drove it right back down in overtime. So, it's disappointing we didn't get them more opportunities. But I don't. These guys. Our offense is going to be, they're always tough to deal with no matter what the situation is.
Mike, you got the 4 and out in overtime. What did you think of your overtime performance there?
Well, it was one of our, really, the first down was 2nd and 7, then they got behind the chains. And it's hard to make, it's frustrating because you can't make a lot of blitz and aggressive calls because of the triple option, and that's what makes it so unique. It's hard for anyone to really understand it until you get in it. But we made them work. For it. I don't know what the drives were. One was 17 or 18 plays. I mean, just ridiculous early in the game, and I was just hoping that they went on a 10-minute drive there at the end of the game. So when we got stopped on the 1, so that was making those plays was huge, and so yeah, it's tough.
You mentioned the play with 2 minutes left or whatever. Were you just kind of spinning that second half thinking at some point we're going to get a big play to turn this thing around, then Mark gets the pressure, it comes off of Dylan's?
Well, you have to get something. They were averaging 40 minutes a game. I mean, they had 45 today. I mean, that's insane. The Duke game, they turned it over 3 or 4 times in the Duke game too, and that's really that's really what you have to get to stop them. You got to get third down stops and you got to get turnovers. I mean, that's what you have to do against a team like them.
That belly dive, how much hesitation does it cause the linebackers whenever they fake it to the fullback and they roll out with the...
They got a couple different variations off it, the reverse out and then the straight dive. The reverse out there was a little bit more hesitation. Looked like they were getting a little more movement on the belly dive, and they were, they're going to change they changed their blocking, but it looked like they were wedging or just kind of doubling our guys and trying to get movement inside. So again, it was, they're really good at what they do. We got bounced around a little bit on some of those, dive plays. Our secondary was kind of okay. It was tough for them getting rotations. Then they were getting the ball in the alley, off the dives, getting the pitch. So it's a very complete and very thorough offense.
Kenneth Mann, CD Land. One more.
Mike, thanks.
Okay, thanks, guys.